Hello everybody, it's Mantis here, and I know I just made a video today, but I've been working and working on this plugin, despite my lack of sleep. Um, if I was not super tired, I would be streaming this, but I'll stream very soon. But yeah. So what have I done since I posted the video? Well, a couple things. I will obviously show it. The server is starting up right now, so it'll take a few seconds, but it's feeling like a real thing here, like a real server. So first off, I I guess I could show you part of it, but so I don't know if you I believe I showed last time in the last video the, the the loading of the chunk load stuff. I showed off this class in the last video that I posted today, and it looked a lot messier. So first off, I cleaned up all of my listeners. So we got the fake blog break as well. This one is not as it's not cleaned necessarily, but it is. Well, it's a lot better than this. This was a lot, and that was a bit older, but it has been improved today. Mainly to fix an issue. I don't believe this is actually being used anywhere. That's interesting. Yeah, not canceling the packet anywhere, so I don't actually need this in there. So yeah, I cleaned that up, and you might notice that this is no longer a packet. No, it's a wrapper or something. That way, all my imports here, there's no NMS in this package in the main, because this is not in my NMS version module. That's all. No, that's all in here. I moved a bunch of stuff. I cleaned it up. I had to change my packet listening system in order to get these views. I call them views. I guess ChatGPT called them views. So it's kind of like a window, I guess, looking into it. But it's basically just like this player action view. Oh, actually, I think this would be easier to show. It's an eye level chunk with light view, and it's just an interface that has like some very basic things like if the chunk coordinates get if it's ready or not. Just pass through some information from the actual packet class that we would have access to if I was to put it here instead. Um, and any information that involves NMS, I keep it in this. Uh, I don't pass it through to the front end. I'm gonna call this the front end, and this is the back end here. But no, instead, I pass in the front end information into the back end, and then rewrite the chunk data there. So yeah, this is a lot cleaner now on the front end side. That way, I don't have to make multiple packet listeners per version. All I have to do is change the logic behind it for each version. But I'm not doing multiple versions yet. I'm still in 1.10. So let's just go ahead and see, what have I got? So, mine create, yes, finally I added, so first off, you notice I'm not flying, right? And that's fine now. I actually found a way to make it so you don't need flight, you don't have to fly or have access to flight in order to not get kicked for flying. So these are all fake blocks, so obviously, and I'm standing on air right now as the server thinks, and there's no console spam going on. Um, it's literally what I had to do was like hook into let's see, it wasn't too hard. Once I found or once I was told what I need to change. So I would go into my player handler, because it has to do with the player, and all I would look for is in the server game packet listener implementation class, which is obtained from the player handle. You know how you do craft player get handle, and then you would do dot connection to send a packet. Yeah, the connection. This is the connection. So in the connection, there are two fields, one called above ground tick count and one called client is floating. All I have to do is in my little player move packet listener here, all I have to do is make sure they're in the mine world. They are on a fake, they're standing on a fake block. And then all I have to do is reset those two numbers, or those two variables. So I set the above ground tick count to 0, and then I set the is floating to false, because they are not floating on their end, but they are on the server side. So in order to prevent them from getting kicked for flying, all I had to do was reset those two values. And I also, just in case, I didn't test without it, but in this case, we also do set on ground from the movement packet. So I'm hooking, so I'm listening to the player movement packet here, and I am simply, yeah, server bound move player packet. This tells the server where the player's at, and inside that there's actually a on ground boolean, but it's protected. So in order to set it, I mean, there's a getter for it, but in able to set it, we have to use some reflection, and then I did the same thing for a horizontal collision, though I don't use that. But, you know, just in case if I ever want that. Probably not, though, but so player movement, we're listening for that, and we are no longer getting kicked for flying. As you can see, I don't have flight. Now I do. Now I don't. Hopefully disabling doesn't kick me, but no, it doesn't seem like. See, all these are fake blocks, and now I can mine. You know, I can't mine this stuff, saying, you know, what's all this bedrock here for? Well, that's because this is the starting area, and I can do mine expand. I added this feature just now, and there we go. Now it's one block wider, and I can mine it and everything. I can keep going, right? There's another one, keep going, and that's the max. Can't expand it any further, and now it's a bigger mine area. And now I can actually, like, play prison. I guess, you know. Like you would on a normal prison server. It works great. I have to forget my my backpacks that I do have. Right? So you can fill these backpacks first instead of our inventory. Although they aren't going to last long because they're only 20. I made those ones 20. Yeah. Yeah, so we got backpacks. We got, you know, all this work to get fake blocks working. And these are all fake blocks right here. Nothing's real here. And what happens if I relog while I'm in the world? Well, simple. I can teleport it back to the spawn of the mine, and my mine refills as if I didn't mine any of it. And this is great. This is gonna be great for server performance. You know, player, or you know, you're not gonna have to worry about every player having their own mine. I mean, they will, but the server won't have to manage filling up all those blocks. It's all these are on the client's side, so much better for performance. And also, I realized if you were to throw something right here, it would actually fall through the blocks, because obviously these are fake. So I had to, while you're in the mine world, prevent you from dropping anything. So can't drop any of your stuff in the mine world. So yeah, there's that feature. Of course, you know, expanding. Nothing's finished yet because everything is like the mine that the player has selected and the amount of expansions that they have is in a map right now instead of a database. I haven't hooked up any databases yet. So we'll have to do that eventually. But right now, I'm so happy with, finally getting this to work, because this is a big step for a prison plugin. I know a lot of servers, a lot of people are looking for packet-based private mine plugins. And while this isn't just going to be a private mines plugin, this is going to be a whole core, and I think that's important because, well, I mean, okay, I did make it so you can mine them with anything really. Um, let's just do it with that a normal diamond pickaxe, right? So I guess you could do it. I guess you could do just a packet-based private mines plugin, which maybe I will, because I have all the pieces. I just need automatic resets and. Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky. We are adding the blocks to their inventory or the backpacks, but what if you're using a different prison force like enchants? They're not gonna proc on fake blocks. So yeah, when I add enchants, I'm obviously gonna have to make them only work for fake blocks in the mine world that you can mine. But yeah, this is great. I'm very happy. What's next to do? I don't even know. I've just been. I guess I should finish the mine expansion command. I only did the one expand for the player, but I also added in the teleport messages because I realized that I didn't add those. But yeah, everything is pretty good. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I mean, it's late right now. And again, I haven't really slept much at all. So, just another progress update. I suppose. Thank you for watching. Join the Discord for to get notified whenever I go live. It'll be in the description. And I don't know if you want to see me work on the plugin. I do live stream it. I've done 2 live streams in the past. Just like this past week, I've done 2 live streams working on the plugin. Most of it's just been trying to get this to work. But now that we're past it, we can actually start working on the other things. And there's a lot here in this project, despite the small amount of features that are in it. There's backpacks, there's an Omni tool, and then there's mines. That's about it. But there's multilingual support. There's, JSON or YML support. If I wanted to use JSON for anything. There's a lot of infrastructure. That's what I mean to say. So the infrastructure is why it's such a big project right now. But we're developers. We make things to make the making easier. Yeah, there's my drop listener. I'll try to review it more on stream. If you guys have any questions about any of the code, or you just want to see any of it, just let me know in the next time I'm live. Just pop in and say, hey, I have some questions, or explain this or something. Oh yeah, I'm in creative mode. But yeah, well, let's see. All right, that's all I have to show. I'll see you guys next time. If I don't know how many videos I'll actually make. I'm not a video editor, so if I'm gonna do a video, it's gonna be a whole non-cut video. That's why I stream. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do any more videos, but I will live stream sometime soon. I got college I also got to keep up with, so yeah. Just tune in sometime. And let me know what you think about my progress bar. Again, fake blocks, very Very good to have for a server like Prison. All right. See you guys next time.